It's always important to be productive while you're in prison, but you've also got to be thinking about the challenges you're going to face when you come home from prison or when you're released to a halfway house. Who are the people that are going to be judging you or have authority over your life, how much you can do, where you can go, when you can get out, when you can go to work? There are so many complications, and the sooner a person starts thinking about how they're going to influence those stakeholders that have discretion over their lives, the more effective they are going to be at creating the tools, tactics, and resources that will lead to success. That's one of the reasons that I wrote today's article and that I want to share with you. So I'm going to switch over to our blog, and you'll see it appears on our blog. It'll also appear on our advocacy page. So I'm just going to go ahead and read for you because it's my hope that you could learn something from this message. And it's about publishing opportunities can help people in prison prepare for higher levels of liberty while also contributing to our advocacy efforts at Prison Professors. And now I'm going to tell you the story. After 9,135 days in prison, I transitioned to a halfway house in San Francisco. The person with whom I shared a room in the halfway house gave me the same messages that I repeatedly heard while I served time inside. He told me everything wrong with the halfway houses and that I would have to go through a series of classes for several weeks before the case manager would give me a pass to get out. When I asked about the types of classes he thought I'd have to take, he mentioned course titles such as how to get a job, how to get credit, how to interview, how to walk with a purpose, how to embroider. Although a quarter century had passed since my arrest, I didn't need to take any of those classes. I told my roommate why I felt confident that I would get around the requirement to take those classes. Well, the following day, I met with the case manager for the first time. He brought an enrollment sheet telling me that I would need to sign up for the next series of classes that wouldn't begin for a week. He said I would earn a certificate if I could pass the classes. Once I acquired the requisite certificates, I might qualify to get passes to go out and search for job interviews. In the meantime, I would need to perform janitorial services in the halfway house. After listening patiently, I began to empty the tote bag that I had brought with me to the interview. I set the various books that I had published on the table. He began to skip through the pages. "Did you write these books while you were in prison?" he asked. I told him that while I served my sentence, I published extensively. Because of those publishing efforts, I persuaded many people to believe in me. Then I gave him an envelope that included a job offer. I asked permission to leave the halfway house so I could go meet with a potential employer and begin working right away. If you managed to publish all these books while you were serving a prison sentence, you clearly don't need to go to the classes. The case manager gave me a pass to the DMV so that I could go get a driver's license that afternoon. And by the end of the week, I had the passes I needed to leave the halfway house at 6 a.m. each morning. The pass authorized me to remain free until 9 each evening. Will others have that same level of liberty when they report to a case manager in a halfway house? Well, that depends. It depends on what tools, tactics, and resources the person will create before surrendering to the halfway house. Now, sadly, many people leave to face enormous challenges after they get out of prison. They get frustrated by the rules that are imposed by an unwavering case manager in a halfway house. Each person should think about the tools, tactics, and resources he can create today to overcome the challenges that he is going to face in the future. Perhaps our team at Prison Professors can help. Many people who receive our newsletters know my backstory. After serving 26 years in prison, I began building a career around lessons I learned during the journey. I revealed those lessons in various books I wrote, including Earning Freedom and Prison, My 8,344th Day. Those books show people how to maintain strength and restore confidence while traversing through long and short durations of imprisonment. The books led to the work I do now, which is to bring more awareness to the collateral consequences of mass incarceration. I hope to influence legislators and stakeholders on the need for more mechanisms that lead to lower prison population levels and more success for people after they return to society. Prison Professors operates a nonprofit component to fund our advocacy work. I am asking people inside to contribute. I'm not asking for financial contributions, but contributions of time. Those who choose to contribute may find that the effort benefits other people and gives them a tangible way of showing how and why they are ready for higher levels of success upon release. They can use their time inside to publish book reports. Those who would like to contribute should adhere to the following process. Number 1, the contributor should email our team's address through core links, impact@prisonprofessors.com. In the subject line, the person should write book report. Number 2, in the body of the email, the contributor should say, I would like to participate in the book report project. Number 3, one of our team members will respond with instructions on how to send the book report through core links. Number 4, the contributor should choose a book to read. Number 5, after reading the book, the contributor should write a book report that responds to the format described below. The contributor should send the book report to our team with the subject line, book report. Number 7, our team will transfer the book report from a core links file to a Word file. We will use our resources to edit the book report. Number 8, we will publish the book report on our website at Prison Professors, which will be a contribution to our nonprofit. Number 9, each time we have a sufficient number of book reports, between 25 and 35, we will publish the book reports in a workbook that we will distribute to people in prison. The book reports will give credit to the author who wrote the report. Number 10, if a person contributes a sufficient number of book reports, we will publish the reports in a single workbook, giving credit to the author. By participating in this activity, the contributors would accomplish several goals, including 1, they would develop a tangible resource that they could use to show stakeholders how they used time in prison to prepare for success. Number 2, they would provide something of value to other justice-impacted people who want to find resources that will help them through a difficult time. Number 3, they will contribute resources that support our advocacy efforts at Prison Professors. Those who would like to contribute should adhere to the following format. On book reports, each report should come to us in the same format because we're going to publish them as a workbook. Contributors should include the following information. Number 1, the name of the author of the book report. Either use a real name or a pseudonym. Number 2, put the title of the book. Number 3, write the author of the book. Number 4, then respond to 3 questions that we will use as subheadings. Why I chose to read the book, what I learned from reading the title of the book, how reading the title of the book will contribute to my success upon release, and then here is a paragraph about my story of what I am striving to accomplish during my imprisonment, 3 open-ended questions that may prompt others to think about how they are preparing for success upon release. For example, in what ways do you relate to the report I wrote? Describe your self-directed path to prepare for success upon release. In what ways are you contributing to building a better community? Those are just examples. We invite all members of our community to consider joining this effort to contribute to more self-directed learning courses. Prison Professors looks forward to creating more books, workbooks, and resources that we can distribute to justice-impacted people. So that is kind of the idea that I'm having for you. If you're going into the prison system, think about what you can create. Think about how you could use your time effectively. If you could walk into your halfway house and show them, hey, here's the workbook that I created while I was in prison. I donated it all to a nonprofit. How is that going to differentiate you from other people who are in the case manager's office? If you can influence that case manager to see you differently, you may be able to advocate for a higher level of liberty, just like I did. And if you're going through prison and you have opportunities to advocate for yourself, to get to a lower security facility, to get into a program that may result in you earning credits that could, potentially advance your release date, there's just so many ways that you could benefit, including when you go to meet an employer. You'd be able to take this tangible product and say, yes, I was in prison. Yes, I made decisions that put me in a bad situation, but look at what I did with that time. And that's what success is all about. It's about figuring out, how do I use my time today to position myself to overcome the challenges I'm going to face in the future. And if you can do that, it's my belief you are going to be in a far better position to overcome the challenges of mass incarceration, You're going to contribute to a nonprofit that strives to help other people. It's these kinds of resources that we use to fund the development of all of these products and courses that we create, and our efforts to persuade legislators and stakeholders and taxpayers on why we need more mechanisms that can result in people earning freedom. You are really important to the success you're going to build. You've just got to develop the same tools, tactics, and resources that other successful people use to overcome their challenges and problems in life. My name is Michael Santos. I would never ask you to do anything that I didn't do while I was going through 26 years in prison, because those strategies are what I learned from leaders. They helped me overcome, and I believe they can help you as well. So we want you to keep moving forward. If you're a member of our community, please continue working through the courses and building this record of discipline, showing that you're able to avoid the behavior that derails success for so many justice-impacted people. Show that you're able to contribute to programs that are going to advance you as a candidate for relief. Build a body of work that will help you overcome all the challenges that follow for people once they get out of prison. The more you think about that today, the better off you are going to be in the future. These are the strategies that I used. That's why I'm so confident they can work for you. If you're watching this outside, or if you're listening on iTunes, or seeing this on some social media channel, I do hope that you will subscribe to our product. I hope that you'll visit us at prisonprofessors.com, and I hope that you will become a member of our community while you're going through these difficult times. I'm Michael Santos, and I believe in you. Thanks.